Welcome to TechCrunch TV. I'm Evelyn Rusley, and joining us today is Alexia Sotzis. She's a reporter at TechCrunch, also the reporter who broke the story on Elyse Porterfield, also known as Jenny, aka the girl with the dry erase board. And so before we get to our not-so-secret special guest, let's talk about the story behind this meme. Give us a quick synopsis.
Well, the originators of the meme are a couple of guys who own a group of viral sites, and their most notable viral site is the Chive. And they've actually pulled this off before. They did a girl accidentally text her dad that she loses her virginity hoax, and then they did a $10,000 Donald Trump hoax. And so they're pretty good at getting things viral. I think they're really familiar with social media. I mean, Twitter, Facebook, Dig. And they've got a good sense of what makes people want to share. So John and Leo Russig hired some actress, Elyse Porterfield, to basically hold up a dry erase board about the most epic quitting story and posted it on their site, which gets something like, I don't know, crazy traffic. And from then on, it just spread like a meme virally.
All right, so to get right to it, here in the flesh, or rather on our monitors, is Elyse Porterfield. She's the internet meme herself, and John Resig. He's the co-founder of the Chive. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Hey.
So how does it feel to finally be unmasked after 24 hours?
It's pretty good. It's crazy, but it's fun. I'm getting a lot of offers like, hey, if you're in Vegas, hit me up.
That's great.
But I do have like a fake Facebook page like that has been created, someone pretending to be me, which is very weird. And
there's also the one
there's
that
the Elyse, or the what?
The one that thinks you're ugly.
Yeah, there's a Elyse Porterfield is ugly Facebook.
You know you've made it one.
I know, right? When you get an ugly page. But, you know, there's only a few fans on that, and so.
Yeah. So give us a little bit about the backstory here. Elyse, how did you connect with these guys? And did you even know about the Chive when you signed up for this, or what you were even getting yourself into?
No, I didn't know. When I submitted for On Actors Access, I knew it was for the Chive, and so I Googled that after I was told I had an audition for it. And I looked it up and thought it was pretty cool. And so I went out to the audition, still didn't really know a lot about it, and they weren't telling people at the audition what exactly it was for. They just said it was you'd be holding a dry erase board.
Yeah.
So that sounds pretty harmless. So I went ahead and auditioned, and then got a call later that afternoon from John, and he told me that I had gotten the part and explained exactly what it was, and I was pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't want to be part of a pretty cool internet hoax?
Yeah. We didn't know it would be a really cool hoax.
No, yeah, well, we just thought it was. We didn't know.
Yeah, so to take it back a little further, John, talk about the idea behind this. Why did you decide to, first of all, find Elyse or someone like her?
Why did you choose
to do
Elyse?
this, someone quitting? Was it prompted? I guess it wasn't prompted by the JetBlue incident, because it was a few days before that, right? How did this idea come about?
Yes, a few days before. We wrote out the script. We started writing the script for it a month before, though. But the idea for Elyse came from the idea that I wanted someone to quit their job in a spectacular fashion, because I think a lot of people can relate to hating someone at their workplace, because I think even in a corporate environment that it's always sort of a personal thing between you and, some dickhead. So I thought that, that's where we started, but I wanted a vessel with which to tell the story, and I wanted to create a heroine out of that, kind of a workplace hero, if you will. But what we wanted was somebody that I felt was both approachable and expressive, and also sort of sexy at the same time. So when we had the casting call, we saw 20 girls, and there were actually a lot of good candidates. And I remember then Elyse walked in, and my brother stopped chewing his food, and we all kind of stared at her. And when she left, one of the interns who was helping orchestrate this whole thing, who was like 17 years old, high school student, came in, and he hadn't said anything all day, and he was like, if you guys don't cast her, I'm going to move to Canada, because everything I know is wrong. I was like, all right, man. So we finished up the day, and she got the job, and it turned out.
Yeah, how long did it take to shoot?
Like 2 hours?
Well, go ahead and tell them. I know you want to.
What?
Camera.
Oh, well, it would have taken like an hour, but the camera battery died. No.
It was like
So we had to wait on the charging, but it took about 2 hours.
Yeah, one of the most unprofessional professional photo shoots ever.
They were so unprofessional.
We ended up taking 4 pictures of about every look, and it's true that we used the first picture from every single look that we used. She was that good at it.
So why Scottrade and TechCrunch?
And Farmville.
Yeah, and Farmville most notably.
I thought about going with like that, having the button be some kind of porn site that he was in his office, you know, being all pervy. But then in the end, I wanted to keep it like absurd, but absurdly relatable. So everyone's on Farmville. So the 2 things when we wrote the script, the only 2 things we had as our words, we wrote down Hopa and Farmville, and that was the foundation of the hoax.
What was the foundation of Hopa?
You made it up, right?
Heard it a long time ago, but I don't know. I mean, like you're with your friends and you're like, oh, there's a hot piece of ass, you know? Just make it an acronym, and then we kind of reverse engineered it to Hopa because you can't pronounce Hopa. So it's like Hopa.
Yeah. No, you mentioned the words absurdly relatable, and that's exactly why it became so viral, because there must be so many people out there today who want to exit their jobs in fantastic fashion, especially during this downturn. So, Elyse, has there ever been a moment when you were able to quit your job in spectacular fashion, or someone on Twitter wanted to know that if you could quit a job that you were frustrated with and you didn't care about the consequences, how would you do it?
Oh gosh. Well, I'm pretty sure you can't top the dry erase board thing or jumping out of a JetBlue airplane. But, it would have to be something to the fact I would probably just let everything out and go out with guns blazing. I don't know.
You could get a dry erase board and slide down a slide holding the dry erase board.
Right, that's what I would do. Actually, surprisingly, I'd probably be a little more aggressive even than the dry erase board, but I don't think I would want it to end up on the internet.
Yeah. Now, John, talking about the Chive, you're like the guy who called like internet meme. You've done this before. You did the Trump tip. You did, that awkward text message, and now this. Why do you think people are going to believe you the next time around? And should we expect a hoax every now and then from you guys?
Yeah. Part of the reason we did it was because the last time we pulled the teen texting disaster hoax, a number of reporters just sort of, even as an afterthought, thought, okay, you won't get us again. You'll never get mainstream media again. We're not going to get fooled by that. And I remember thinking at the time, yeah, it won't even be that big of a problem. I mean, until, I'll let the professionals work out the sort of the larger, ideological constructs of the fact that, no one fact checks and there's no due diligence anymore. But the fact of the matter is, when you create a meme, we didn't need mainstream media to make this happen. We just needed the people. I already have a very large website that I can use as a platform to launch it. So as long as the people spread it, and this was spread through Twitter and Facebook and interoffice emails, so I don't think it would be that hard. After the second one, they said we couldn't do it again, and we did. And I'll do it. We'll just wait till it all dust settles, and we'll just do it again.
Expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
What were your biggest gets in terms of mainstream media? Who were you most surprised that you fooled? I think we reposted as soon as we saw that it mentioned us.
I couldn't believe we got TechCrunch right off the bat.
That was
such fools.
Gizmodo was
Huffington
fun.
Post.
Huffington Post carried it as legit for a while. And they carried the Trump tip hoax and I think the teen texting hoax.
Yeah, and you also got a few other ones, almost did, right? You had the people from Leno calling you guys. You had the Today Show, right? Or something like that?
Good Morning America.
Good Morning America. They all wanted her ASAP.
They wanted Jenny.
Yeah. No, to turn to some questions from Twitter, someone asked, how has your life changed since getting internet famous? Any job offers or legitimate TV offers? I know you've gotten some creepy requests, but anything that you think you can bank on in the future?
I mean, I've had a few people approach me. It's nothing concrete yet, and honestly, I haven't even had the time to go through stuff. I pretty much, the only stuff I've actually been able to respond to is stuff that comes through John right now.
Another Twitter user, MD Flores, has asked, how many marriage proposals have you received so far?
A lot, actually. They've been through everybody but my boyfriend. Which, that's entertaining.
Yeah. No, someone else, I just wanted to bring this up. QTHRUL, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Keith Rell, I think.
Yeah. He wants to know, Dry Race Girl, if you think that this year will be the year for Linux to finally become a viable consumer desktop, laptop, iPad experience.
I would go with no. Do you think this is the year for Linux to become a viable consumer desktop, laptop experience? John?
Heads is yes, tails is no. I go with tails, so no.
Sorry.
Perfect. Well, I think that's all he really wanted in terms of response. But one more question, actually, from here, from a developer at TechCrunch, at Bensign. He wants to know, will you date Ben? Question mark.
Will I date Ben? Ben, you can take that up with my boyfriend, Matt.
Great. Well, thank you.
Boo.
Well, thank you so much, guys. Unless, Alexa, you have any other questions for them?
Elyse, did you wake up with 1 million Facebook friends this morning?
Well, the max they will the maximum number of requests they'll let you have at a time is 1,000, and I was at that this morning and again this afternoon. So.
Yeah, I noticed you're friends with Mike. That's an awesome experience. He won't even accept my friend requests, so you're a lucky girl.
I think Mike friended my sister as well.
Mike, be my Facebook friend. Come on, I work for you.
He's probably calling you a hopa.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Let's not go there. Well, right. Well, thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Elyse, best of luck in your acting career. And, you know, John, I guess we'll be looking out for the next hoax. Thanks so much, guys.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Aw, thanks.
Bye, guys.